So wait, buy art, not drugs.
Yeah, that was what so they were talking about a bunch of
that's fantastic.
celebrities like LeBron James and Beyonce and all these celebrities that buy art and kind of like relate it to the students, you know, and like talk about how they're, you know, celebrities and the people that they admire, how they view art and the, you know, the importance of, you know, buying it and whatnot as opposed to frivolous things and stuff. So it was really kind of cool.
Yeah, but that's what I like about that is the common man.
Yeah.
Could buy something for $5 or $10 and have.
And that's what they're doing. They're pricing it on.
We're rolling, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, come on in.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Hello.
Hey, Blue Table clients! This is Peter. You need to scooch in closer. Paul. Oh, jeez, that's bad. But I'm not going to edit it. So there you go.
It's life.
Why did I think you were Peter?
No,
Seriously, I've been writing.
Peter, Paul,
have I been addressing you as Peter?
No. Bible names.
It won't be the last time, because like back when I had like 30 employees, I had a guy in a store. He was like, "Hey, Sean, how you doing?" I'm like, "I'm so sorry, you have me at a loss, sir. Do I know you?" He's like, "I've been working at your company for 3 months now." I'm like, "Wow, this is getting out of hand."
Hey.
Okay, so Paul.
Correct.
This is terrible. Do I really want to? Yeah, that's that. Let's just do that. So anyway, Paul is awesome, and he's currently in the middle of the rigorous blue table painting training program, right?
Yep.
And doing really well. Like basically just like, Sean, I already got this.
Hey, thanks.
So there you go. But he's a really strong artist just on his own right. And with permission, I'm going to do like a slideshow of some of your art after this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the training that I give takes an artist's current skill set and sort of translates it into miniature painting. And sometimes you get a better result than a hobbyist. A hobbyist comes in sort of just as an amateur and just trying to get it done, and you know, and they sort of like their progression's really slow. But if you take a professional artist and you translate them into a new genre, sometimes you can get some wonderful results. So just tell the this is just for clients.
Oh, okay.
This is only going out to like 30 people.
Okay.
So yeah, about your art background and maybe a little bit about you.
I've been doing art my whole life, ever since a little kid, picking up crayons, you know, drawing, and went to school at the Art Institute of Salt Lake City and learned a lot about color theory, painting and all different kinds of mediums. Learned a lot of digital illustration and stuff like that too with the iPad, and you know, doing the whole Apple Pencil, been kind of getting into that. But I've been working on miniature paintings and things like that, which has also kind of really helped translate into this work, because working on such a small scale. Not painting
miniatures.
Not miniatures, but miniature paintings.
Miniature paintings.
Painting size 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. So learning how to paint fine details with tiny brushes and things like that kind of helped naturally lead me into being able to kind of get details on the miniature figurines and stuff like that. So it's been really, it's kind of been an easy transfer to kind of apply skills that I've learned and developed along the way into this work, which has been really great. So
that's awesome. Yeah. And you're like very succinct as well.
Succinct.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just gave all the facts.
Hey,
that's great. Yeah. So it's good to have you on board.
Thank you. No, it's good to be on board. Absolutely.
There's one. Oh yeah, we were talking about. Paul's coming over. I'm like thrown now. Now I want to call him Peter even more. So Paul's on his way over, and I'm like, hey, if it's not too much, can you bring some of your art? So he comes with like this sort of big sketchbook thing, but it's full of nudes.
Yeah.
Right, from college.
Figure drawings, yeah.
Right. Now, and your thing, not only do you do the two-dimensional art, but you also do like photoshopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've worked for a company for a while. I don't know if you can talk
for
about
5 years, yeah.
Where it's wedding stuff, right?
Yeah, bridal line.
So, and we were talking about models, like what happens after the photo shoot, what happens to the model's pictures, like re-Photoshop.
Well, yeah, it's funny when you Photoshop too, and because you see a lot of like sci-fi fantasy figure. I mean, the females in sci-fi fantasy stuff is not realistically proportionate to what reality is. And so a lot of that too, it kind of plays throughout when you Photoshop. There's the idealistic, or what the eye portrays as what is supposed to be seen, or things like that. So a lot of Photoshopping is not real, and it's the facade. But it's kind of a fun way to just kind of like work with imagery and whatnot, and kind of create an idea as opposed to a concept, and kind of a real. I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly, but
instead of portraying real life the way that it really is,
yeah, you're trying to create a mood,
that's like interesting,
a fantasy image, or kind of what a bride would want to look like on her day, as opposed to what the reality of what an everyday woman kind of is. You're trying to sell the facade in a way.
You're not scoring any points, pal.
But
so, all right, no, don't get afraid.
Sorry,
you gotta stay in there, buddy. Don't get out further than I am, because I'll just hog it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and because with your like penciled life drawing nudes,
Yeah.
You had actually sort of like prettied them up in the face.
Yeah.
Like you photoshopped them you couldn't stop photoshopping.
Yeah. It just kind of naturally, you just kind of like see little things that you would fix on the computer, and so you just kind of
after working in the photoshopping industry for so many years.
Yeah, and so now I'm trying to kind of bring reality back into my drawings, and kind of study what a human looks like, as opposed to what media wants you to believe a human looks like, and try to kind of bring more realism into my work and stuff like that with my with my practice with figure drawing and stuff. But
yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. When I was in college, I took a life drawing class, and I thought life drawing, it would be like, trees and birds and beavers, and it turns out only one of those things.
Yeah.
And so I went in the first day, and I'm like, awesome. I thought they'd put up like a bowl of apples out there.
Yeah.
Well,
still alive. And then that throws you off first.
It comes out and it's like, yep, that's a bowl of apples, all right.
Here we go.
Fantastic. My best life drawing picture was of an old man's butt. Like I had this Zen moment, and I just charcoaled it out. Yeah. And I wish I would have kept it.
Well, sometimes
I seriously would have framed this butt.
Yeah. Sometimes when you just kind of go in auto mode when you're drawing and stuff too. Sometimes when you're not.
I hope to have a butt that amazing someday. Wait, what's going on? What were you saying?
Well, sometimes when you're just kind of going auto zone, and you just kind of like draw without thinking, or even like painting without thinking, sometimes you just kind of rely on the skills that you've developed and that are inside you. Sometimes the thinking can confuse you and kind of double think yourself, or and sometimes it's better just to kind of like go and just kind of let it come out, and whatnot, especially with painting and drawing. Sorry, I'm a drifter, I think.
Well, because it's like the angle is so tight.
Gotcha.
It's like in movies, like they're literally like talking this close. You would never get 6 inches from somebody.
They got to be in the frame.
But they got to be in the frame. And if you look at it, it's like, wow, they are like the noses are like 5 inches apart. There's not personal space there. Mm-mm. Okay, yeah, you're right. I had an art teacher who she made us draw with one line, no lifting the thing, draw whatever we were seeing, but also not look at what we were doing.
Not look at your paper.
Yeah, and
the blind
that
contour.
makes that you can't edit what you're doing.
Yeah.
You can't go and like try and make it look like what you think it looks like.
Sometimes it's fun to do exercises like that, or like challenge yourself with pens where you can't erase it, or things like that. Drawing straight with a pen or a Sharpie kind of forces you to commit to the lines you're creating and whatnot.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah,
scary
I remember that professor. She broke my mind. She broke it. All right, well that's really cool. Oh, you were talking about Inktober. Like I was interviewing you.
Yeah, I just did. I just kind of challenged myself to hit that Inktober mark. It's something kind of like all artists kind of these days, on Instagram, they try to challenge themselves and kind of push through doing one drawing per day, and follow the prompt list and dedicate yourself to put something down on paper and throw it out into the world, even if it's not your favorite, if it's not as perfect as you had it in your head. Get something down, put it on paper, and put it out for the world to see, and kind of hit your daily, kind of build some nice routine, kind of build some nice structure, and teach yourself some kind of art sets to kind of push through problems and just kind of be free with your art, you know, and kind of not take it so seriously sometimes. So that's kind of some of the benefits of doing an Inktober challenge, which is every October they do, and you work it just in ink, do, drawing, and you can do, you can always cheat the rules and do some pencil work before and then kind of go over it with ink, and however you do, but.
Do you cheat?
Well, I would base out the outline first, but then keep it very rough and then go in with your inks and kind of.
Well, maybe cheat's too strong of a word, I guess.
Well, actually, it is.
That's not the rules.
No, in the official rules, it says you can do that. So it's not.
Can?
Really, yeah.
Okay.
They actually encourage to do kind of a base outline to kind of get and also you can work ahead too if you kind of have a concept for a word prompt days before. Yeah, get that concept on paper so you don't forget it, and then when that day comes, then do your ink work on it or things like that. So things. Yeah.
Like I'm pulling Paul. I can't believe I got your name wrong. How embarrassing.
Yeah.
Well,
they're both
there
Bible
you go.
names. It was close enough. Right?
I don't know. Okay.
But yeah, no, it's been great to be on board here.
Well, so far.
So far. Yeah.
You have the trick is to limit your contact with me.
Oh, okay.
So that you don't the horribleness never comes into play.
Yeah.
Just keep it business.
All right.
Just business.
Jot that down.
Please. I've warned you. All right. Because I forget.
Yeah.
And it comes. I think it comes across as insensitive. No. But that's just it. If I put in more effort, and now it's just even worse. I'm turning 50, and I'm just like, and the existential crisis of well, what's the point of anything at this point? But then at the same time, I'm excited. And what's odd is I'm in terms of Blue Table Painting, as a company, I'm getting my second wind. I'm excited about it again. It's really beautiful. I've taken all those experiences and sort of distilled it into, approaching it as intelligently as I am right now.
Yeah.
And so I'm oh, okay, great. It's a new year. It's 2019. I get to set things up better and in a different way.
Kind of refocus, re-energize,
Yeah,
all that
exactly.
kind of. Yeah.
Well, anyway, not to make it about me. Paul, everybody!
Hey!